Welcome to the new and improved ATO Roadshow. We're getting back to finding the pulse of today's best chapters, most amazing alumni, and most outstanding undergraduate brothers. We're scouring the nation and bringing you the best and brightest from across ATO. We're sending that straight to your computer. Or for you hip and trendy folks out there, right to your iPod. So get ready for the only show in America dedicated to bringing you the success stories that happen every day in Alpha Tau Omega.
Warning, fans of the University of Michigan or other persons that have extreme dislike for the Ohio State Buckeyes are advised to skip the upcoming segment. For those that choose to ignore this warning, Alpha Tau Omega is not responsible for any Buckeye-related nausea that may occur during the viewing of this segment.
Here at ATO Roadshow, we love Jim Tressel. But not necessarily because we're fans of the Ohio State Buckeye football team, but because this national champion head football coach hasn't forgotten about the ATO values and skills he learned while an undergraduate. Coach Tressel makes sure that the Beta Omega chapter gets the publicity and positive recognition they deserve for the good work that they've been doing in their community. The Buckeye Tau has recently held their 4th annual Casino Night event that raises money for the Tressel Family Fund going to cancer research at the James Cancer Center in Columbus, Ohio. Bringing Coach Tressel in to speak at the event and holding the event at one of the largest music venues in Columbus helped bring in over 500 attendees and raise over $20,000. Just a second, Wolverine fans, we're not done showing our OSU love yet. We sat down with Coach Tressel before the Ohio State Casino Night event and found out exactly what it was about his ATO experience that makes it so important for him to continue to give back to his community and to the Beta Omega chapter.
You know, you're going to think it's a little bit corny, but I probably gained more of a feel for how to do that in my years as an ATO, being a part of a team that needs to be unselfish or a group that needs to be unselfish, taking on roles, whether it be, you know, office roles or whatever it happens to be, and really a lot of the same fundamentals of building a great fraternity and really caring a lot about one another, creating bonds that will last forever. My ATO buddies are the ones I have to get all the tickets for at the national championship games because, you know, they're my guys. And same thing when I became an assistant coach, and a lot of those principles of unselfishness and togetherness and team and sacrifice and discipline and work ethic, all the things that the people at Baldwin Wallace don't like to hear it, but I probably learned more at the ATO house than I learned in my classes about what I'm doing now. Because my first experience in recruiting was as the rush chairman of my ATO fraternity, and the first thing I wanted to do is go after the right guys. You know, and to me that's critical for a coach. You know, you need the right character guys. Yeah, they need to bring something to the table and they need to have some skills and, you know, redeeming qualities that you want them as a part of your group. They have to be the right kind of people. And then I think they have to genuinely understand that you care about them. And the follow-through and the detail and making sure that you can provide for them the things that are within their goals. They know they're seeking something, and you have to make sure you can paint that picture, you know, as to what that experience can be like. And so my first experience was doing it for ATO. I think the first thing, and you can't be a leader without it, is you have to have an ability to and a passion to serve. You know, to go outside of what's important to you and step out and do something that's important to someone else. I'm real proud of the way that this chapter does that. You know, it could have recolonized and all that stuff just for other reasons, you know, but one of the main reasons was to serve. And the only way we can be America's leadership fraternity is to be a servant fraternity. You know, one of the things I learned from my family, got reinforced by being a part of ATO, was that, you know, you serve others. You know, that's just part of, you know, what we learned, and, you know, Otis Allen Glazebrook and all that. That's what you do. You serve others, and you do what you can to make a difference. And my dad succumbed to cancer in 1981, and then my mom just a few years back in 2001. And it just so happens here at Ohio State we have one of the greatest research institutions in the world, and the James Cancer Center is one of those ones that has a passion that they're going to solve this problem of cancer and how it affects, you know, people. And so we thought, you know, here's a way for us to try to help. And you know, we've slowly, you know, become a significant thing, but we want it to become an extraordinary thing. And, you know, with the help of a lot of people, and for the ATOs here on campus to jump in, you know, and you know, step up for us, and for the foundation, it's incredible, and we appreciate it. You know, I think the thing that we all have an innate need for is to be connected. And I think it gave me that connectedness that I think we all seek. And it gave me the connectedness with the type of people that I admired. You know, so you know, I think that one thing I guess I would define is it gave me that sense of community or connectedness.
All right, now that we're done with our Buckeye praise and our Michigan Wolverine fans have returned, let's stay on the topic of college football. Lee Corso and the College Game Day crew were in Lexington, Kentucky last fall for the Florida Gator versus Kentucky Wildcats football game. The Mu Iota chapter capitalized on the national spotlight and raised money for charity through a car bash event.